everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and in today's video I wanted to bust back out and play with my Pat McGrath Decadence palette. So it's been a while since I've been able to play with this palette on camera because this palette was limited edition and it has been gone for such a long time. And so as you guys know, I don't typically do a lot of videos with products that you can't readily get your hands on, but I've just held and cherished this palette in my personal collection. But I'm super excited that she is relaunching it as a part of the Star Wars collection. So the packaging is going to be on theme with Star Wars. This was the original Decadence packaging, but the actual palette is going to remain the same. So I asked you guys in my buy or buy video if you wanted me to actually purchase the new Star Wars palette and do a look for you guys on here. And the majority of you all were like, no, Kelsee, don't buy that palette just to compare. It's going to be the exact same one. Just give us another look using the Decadence palette that you already have. So I reviewed the palette and did swatches using the palette when it first came out 2 years ago, and I will have that video linked in the description box. But today, I don't need to redo all that work because the same information and the same swatches still stand because this is the same palette. I just want to give you guys another look using this palette. Therefore, if you decide to get it, you'll have two different looks from me, and hopefully this video can help you decide on whether or not you want to add the Decadence palette to your collection. But in my opinion, it's a beautiful palette and I would not skip on it, especially if you can get your hands on it, because this palette is one of the ones that is the most hard to get out of Pat McGrath's entire collection. So I'm excited about it. I don't know if I'm going to buy the Decadence palette or not. I might buy it just to keep for collector's purposes and not touch. Yes, I'm that girl. I still do that sometimes. Sometimes it has to be special. Let's go ahead and jump into the look, and I hope that you all enjoy. So since this palette is an all shimmer palette, I do prefer to have some matte eyeshadows incorporated. So I'm going to start off with taking the Viseart Warm Matte palette and working with that to build a base for our eye look. I already have concealer on my lids, so I'm just going to use that as my eyeshadow base today. And I'm going to take a blending brush. This is the Sonia G Crease 2 brush. Let's pick up a bit of this color and pop that above our crease as our transition shade. I am just going to take this back and forth, deposit that color, and then go in circular motions and buff it upwards. Just like so. So I'm going from the outer corner up, up, up in the crease. So for now, I'm good with that. I may revisit that palette to finish off the look, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the Decadence palette. So I have a flat shader brush. This is a MAC 242. Use whatever flat shader brush you have because this is the one that has the natural and the synthetic fibers. With this brush, I'm going to pick up this blue color. This one is called Underworld, and I'm going to begin to tap that on the outer portion of the lid. But pretty much I want this not only on the outer portion, but I also want it to be all on the lid. But I'm just focusing it here just to make sure that I'm blending and I'm building it up gradually. This color is just very, very pigmented, so I would recommend to go in with the light hand first, and then you can always build upon that. But if you go in with a lot, honey, you're gonna play yourself. So I'm focusing this color on the lid, and then I'm gradually feathering the brush upward towards the crease where I applied the transition color. So by doing that, I'm depositing the majority of the color on the lid, and then by the time I get up here, it's not that much left on the brush, so it makes it softer and it helps that blend. Like I said, you may have to go back into the other palette to blend out the crease perfectly, but I'm just gonna go back in with just a little bit more of this, just to make sure that there are no spots. Everything is completely opaque. And I'm just going to keep building it up. And then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush right on that edge just to make sure that everything continues to be blended. Just a little bit, no additional product. And then where I see fit, I'm going to go back in with Underworld just to build it up. And this is how you blend. It's all about doing one step and going back and doing another one. So once you have that blended out, now I'm going to pick up the color Lapis Luxury with the same flat shader brush. I am going to inch this closer into the inner corner. Again, a little bit is all you need because this is super pigmented. but I am just going to use swiping motions to apply this color in the most concentrated way possible. But like I said, I don't have that much on my brush, so I'm just applying this color, making sure to blend it over to be with that other blue. And right here on the line where those colors meet, I'm just going to gently sweep it over just so there are no lines of demarcation. Next, I'm going in with a detailer brush. This is the Tom Ford number 15 small brush. And I'm going to pick up a bit of the shade Sinful and pop that on the inner corner. Oh, it's so pigmented and beautiful. And then blend that right over. Beautiful. Just a little dot. And then I'm going to take this exact same color, pop it on the lower inner corner. Next, I'm heading on the lower lash line with the color Gold Standard. And pop that right next to the inner tear ducts color. So I'm going to stop it right in the middle. Go in with Blue Blood. I just want that right on the outer corner and wrap it around to connect to the top. Alright guys, so here's the finished look using the Decadence palette, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this look and you get some inspiration on different looks that you can do if you already have this palette or if you're getting it for the first time during the Star Wars launch. I'm so happy that Pat McGrath decided to bring this palette out again because I know that so many people did not get their hands on it and it has been going for such crazy prices on the internet. So I hope that everybody that wants to get their hands on this palette is able to do so with this launch. And if you decide to do this look or the other look that I did with the Decadence palette, let me know. Make sure you tag me on social media and I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.